my brothers and I used to just like cannibalize and take apart just to look at. And I had got so many pieces that I had gone to an antique or vintage toy show to sell them. But before I went, I had put together a couple of my first pieces, which were ray guns, or intergalactic self-defense mechanisms, as I call them. And I brought them to the show, the toy show, with me, and lo and behold, I sold a couple of my ray guns. Well, I used to go to a local flea market, and it's right here in town. And the stuff that I'm looking for is I look for a kind of a vintage. It's got to be metal. It's got to be old. Have a certain kind of patina. So I'm looking for a 50s or 60s piece of metal, an appliance that doesn't work. Guess what? There's no competition for it. It's metal and old, and kind of has a nice shape. Then I probably have a use for it. So no, I get them in here and I kind of align stuff. So nothing specific. I don't have to see a robot or see a piece at the show, but I no longer go to the flea market because, as you can see, I don't have room anymore. So I have to build my way out of the garage. But I found that letting people know where I live was kind of a mistake, because I've come home to find boxes of stuff in the driveway. So I'm kind of flying low and trying to keep it incognito now. So I don't tell people where I live, because I do get volunteer junk at the house. I'll start with like a body, something that to me looks like I could make a piece out of it. And then then I can just add stuff onto it. But do I dream about it? No. But there's been enough damage done in my young years, my early years, that there's no going back now. But yeah, as far as making this stuff, coming out in the garage for me is very therapeutic. It's a lot of fun, and when I come out here, nobody tells me what to do. There's no rules, so it's really easy and fun and entertaining and all the above. So it's all good. Absolutely. I mean, I found out early that I was able to cut and shave and bend pieces to make them look better in the final piece. But the advantage that I have is, or that I learned about, is that if you can keep it kind of original, people like to see the piece, identify the piece. And that came off a '57 Chevy, or I had a washing machine that looked like that. So yeah, there's a lot to do with the patina, the kind of the fun part of the original piece that shines through, that makes the piece. That's the interest. That's the value, I think, for the customer. I'll have a vision. I'll start making something, and I'll slam some legs and arms on there, and it's like the scale's not right. Or when I'm looking for one piece, believe it or not, I'll uncover some other stuff that I hadn't seen for a while. So yeah, it evolves a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. The local library here in Morgan Hill had commissioned me to build 2 full-size pieces for the children's portion of the new library, which I did. And we just had a naming contest for the 2 robots, and they were based off of they were both based off a 1940s vacuum cleaner as bodies. But I built a guy and a girl, Larry Electro and Lucy Lux. Of course, it was an Electro Lux vacuum cleaner. And so yeah, commission stuff is fun, a little bit tougher, but you're always welcome. My community, Morgan Hill, here has been wonderful for me. I mean, they saw my stuff at a local show, and I was contacted to make these pieces, and they basically gave me free run. They didn't care. But yeah, I mean, we had just moved from building the pieces a year ago to this kind of naming deal where we coupled it with a robot building party we did with the local kids, which was a gas. We brought a bunch of kids in, some recycled materials, and I got to work with the kids. I didn't really work with them. The kids were on their own doing their own thing. But that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I've had a lot of support from the community. I'm lucky enough to be shown in several galleries around the United States, and I've sold probably 200 plus pieces. And it's just a wonderful way to be able to have fun, use my artistic ability, get the recognition. Every artist should be as lucky. So, I mean, I'm blessed to have that opportunity, and it's all fun, really.
This is cool.